Hi everybody, Josh with FlexTrades here, and today I'm joined by Louis Bowler, Vice President of Sales for Die-Sep, a custom-built mold and tipper for the mold and die industry. They're out of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We're here on the last day of PTXPO 2023. Louis is going to tell you a little bit about the company and what you might have missed if you didn't make it to the show this week. Louis, thank you very much for the time.
We make mold separators and tippers for tool rooms. One of the most dangerous aspects of an injection molding plant is dealing with dies and molds in the plants. These molds can be anywhere from little bitty tiny molds all the way up to hundreds of thousands of pounds, but most of them are 50,000 pounds or less.
So when a customer is working with you, what ends up making them choose you over the competition?
Well, there's not much competition.
That helps.
Okay, that's one thing, but the little bit of competition that we have, our machine is a lot more user-friendly. It's faster to use, it's more simple. It's very rare for us to have a maintenance problem on our machines. We're also less expensive, but we're actually better but less expensive.
That's a double win right there.
Right.
And another thing, talking about doing more than one thing, part of what I love out of this is, yeah, it makes it, easier to do this faster, but making that easier makes it physically easier. So there's a wider variety of people that can be handling these molds, and these molds are not always very cheap, so it makes it a lot more customer friendly on the wear and tear on the molds, having something like this, opening them and tipping them too.
This is the machine. There's an open bay in here, and inside of these platens we have magnets. This particular machine has 6 magnets per platen, a total of 12 magnets. So as long as there's an iron base to it, steel base to it, these magnets are going to grab onto it. If we go to aluminum molds, we would have to put some drilled and tapped plates in there, and we could even handle anything that we just want to pull apart. It doesn't even have to be aluminum or steel. We could pull anything that you want to pull apart. So all we do is you set it down in there, close it to platens, turn on the magnets. When you reverse the mold, reverse the platen, the mold opens up instantly. The leader pins slide open and close, so that even when someone takes one half of a mold out and then wants to reassemble the mold, all they need to do is get the radius of the leader pin just inside the bushing right there. They start to close it. If it starts to jam up at all, they just turn off the magnets on the movable platen, and the lubricity of the floor, this is an ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene floor, the lubricity that allows the mold to slide back and forth easy will allow the mold to slide to the side and adjust itself and just line itself up and close up without jamming. Then this is the tipper, so when a person opens up a mold, they have to do a number of things with it. They might be cleaning the mold, they might be changing cores, cavities, inserts, day and date inserts, they might need to adjust, whatever the case may be. So a guy in a tool room has got the ability to orient the mold whatever way he wants. If he wants to leave the parting line vertical, he can open it up, and if he's got very small inserts or something, he can be changing them out while it's in a vertical position. Or if he wants to lift plates off of it, he's got the choice of either tipping it into a horizontal position like this, then taking the retention screws out of the plate and lifting the plate off, or he could have left it in a vertical position, put a strap from one side to a plate on the other side, leave that plate with an eye bolt in it and on a crane, and he can then use a strap from one side to the plate on the other side and use the machine to pull that apart.
So we're not even just talking about safety improvements at kind of the, massive damage level where you're dropping things and tipping them, but even just some ergonomic improvements on being able to work on it in a more comfortable, sustainable way.
A tremendous amount. I constantly go into tool rooms, find a guy who's 55 years old, somewhere in that neighborhood, and he's telling me, if I didn't have this machine, I'd have to already be out of business. I'd have to find another job. But with the Die-Sep, they say I can work till I'm 80 if I want to.
Great way to extend the life of a mold for the manufacturer and the life of the mold maker.
Correct.
The work life.
Yeah, because there's no more putting a pry bar in here and trying to pry the thing open and jamming the pry bar further into it and damaging something on the parting line.
Super cool.
But then in addition to that, we look at this as an entire work cell, so that not only can we open, tip, and close molds, but we can also hydraulically activate cores. So this is a core pull down here where, move that out the way, they'd put their own disconnect fittings on here. There's a pendant control. They'd be able to hydraulically pull and set cores. This is a regulator for it. so that they can set the pressure anywhere from 250 to 1,500 pounds, and they can pull and set the cores at the pressures they would want them to activate in the machine. This machine has a 10,000 pound tabletop. We can also make a 25,000 pound tabletop on bigger machines. I can't on the small one, but on bigger machines we can make 25,000 pound tabletop. This has got electrical outlets here and a power cord here on a 25-foot extension reel, so that they can plug in battery packs, Dremel tools, lights, anything that they want to plug in.
Last thing I'll ask, if there's somebody watching this right now that's got a lot of molds coming in and out of their tool and die room, if they're watching this and they haven't contacted you yet, what should they be thinking to make them contact you, if they're this or that?
Well, first of all, your OII is going to be tremendously improved. The damage to the guys' wrists, elbows, backs, shoulders, it is going to improve. There's just no question about it. They're not doing that physical labor anymore, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is your tools are going to cycle through the tool room a lot faster. So when you need to have a production run and you can't do it without that tool, now more often you're going to have that tool, because you're going to catch up on your preventative maintenance program. And when you catch up on your preventative maintenance program, things just work much better.
Awesome. That's at FlexTrades, we're trying to make a difference every day in everything we do. If you're watching this and you want to make a difference for your tool room machinists, or your tools like your molds, maybe you should be reaching out to Louis at Die-Sep. Thank you all for watching. If you missed us at PTXPO 2023, make sure you check out our YouTube. You'll see all of the great interviews we had. Join us next time. Bye now.